Welcome, everyone. Welcome to purplelunarose Tarot and Astrology. Today I'm going to be reading for all 12 signs for the first week of February, February 1st through the 7th. Your biggest cosmic influence this week will be the Leo full moon coming in on the 1st and Uranus stationing direct in Taurus on the 3rd. We did talk about that energy extensively on Tuesday night, and you can find that information over on my YouTube channel. Guys, please remember we are multi-streaming, so tonight we're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at the same time. I will put timestamps in. I'm going to start with the fire signs, water signs, earth signs, air signs. I will break them down individually. Timestamps will be provided, of course, in the description box immediately following the live stream. All right, so a little bit different tonight. I've got some music playing in the background. No camera tonight. I feel like I wanted to take it as easy as possible. The energy does seem very intense. The collective energy seems very, I think I used the word combustive in the description for the live. And that's really kind of what it feels like. It feels like we're getting to some type of boiling point. And self-care, of course, and grounding is going to be really important at this time. We did talk a lot about self-care and grounding techniques and tips last night in the monthly Twin Flame Energy Update. Guys, I know that it's hard to catch the lives. Like, we have busy lives, and we have jobs and families that we have to take care of, and all of those things. But I just want to remind you guys that it's important that you take care of yourselves as well, right? And I hope that PLR is that type of help, or like that type of self-care for you, where you can watch and gain some techniques to help you get through your own everyday life, right? So again, I know it's hard to catch the lives. If you can't catch them, I definitely recommend that you go back and watch the replays. I never delete any videos. They're always already posted. There are sometimes we get in trouble for playing music. I'm actually playing music right now, so it's very possible that tonight's we may not be able to put any ads on. But I think it's okay. Spirit tells me the music is important. And I've been using the calming music of all sorts to help me ground as well, to help me kind of stay balanced through all this very unbalanced energy, right? Welcome, Tim. Tim says, I watched the replay from last night. I'm so glad. I hope you hit the thumbs up button for me. It was definitely a very good live, a very good message. I thought I watched it after again. I usually have to watch them, afterwards too. And I definitely feel like there was a lot of tips in there that we could use on a regular basis. So again, I hope that information was helpful. And again, you can find that over on my YouTube channel under the live tab. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to share a little bit right now because the collective energy, like I said, is very intense. We did talk about grounding techniques in the last couple of lives that we've had this week. This is my last live for the week. I mean, it's possible we'll pop up with music and tarot, but I'm not 100% sure about that. We're still going through this storm, so we've still kind of been buried in the snow and the ice. And really, like, a large portion of the country has, so it's not like I'm on my own out here. A lot of us have been dealing with the weather and the cold and the storm and whatnot. We did get out yesterday, so we did get to go to the store and run some errands, and we were starting to run low on. It's definitely been I know it's crazy, but I've been very blessed to go through this storm. Never lost power. hanging out with Miss Tina. It's totally been super cool, very nice. Definitely could have been a lot worse, right? And I know that it was for a lot of people. I know in Nashville, there's still a lot of people that are still waiting for their power to get turned back on. I know the roads in several towns and cities are just totally impassable and messed up. People are stuck in their homes and not able to get out of their driveway. I totally get it. So I just feel really lucky that I was able to get out and get to the store. Today I woke up and I definitely felt that crash out energy. Welcome, Diana. I definitely felt like the collective energies were becoming super, super intense. And, the interesting part is I never tell you guys like these readings are for your sun, moon, or rising. And there's a really important reason that I don't do that. I know you hear a lot of other readers kind of repeat that same thing over and over. And I just want to keep, I don't know, like, I guess telling you guys that I had a spiritual awakening, right? That's what happened to me. In 2017, I really realized like what was happening. In 2020, I created PLR, and then here we are. It's 2026. I can't believe it, right? And PLR is what I do to keep myself on track. It's I could connect to the collective energies. I do these readings, and these readings help me get through my personal everyday life, me, Rosa, right? So again, I never say these are for your sun, moon, or rising because I'm tapping into the collective energies. I definitely recommend that you guys listen to the readings, understand that they are collective energies, and understand that we're feeling these collective energies for a very specific reason. Like there's a reason that I'm here in Kentucky and Diana's in California, and Tim is in North Carolina. I always forget, like I feel like I always get it confused. But you know what I mean? And it's like we're all in different areas. We're all feeling the same energies. Right now it's a lot of pressure, right? It's a lot of boiling type of energy. I do feel like a lot of it has to do with our awakening. A lot of it has to do with our empathy. But I also feel that it also has a lot to do with what type of awakening we're experiencing, because there's different types of awakening, South Carolina. But that's why, like, these readings help me and can help Tim in South Carolina, right? Or you, wherever you're listening, wherever you're at, right? So what I would recommend with the all 12 signs is pull your birth chart out. Go get your birth chart, pull it up on your phone, have me playing in the background. If you fall asleep tonight, I won't get offended. Apparently that's, my voice does that. I used to really like hate the sound of my voice, and now, I don't know, I'm giving people peace and rest. And so now it doesn't bother me no more. But yeah, pull your birth charts out and look at all the different areas of your life. And understand that you have all 12 signs. You're a piece of all 12 signs. And there's a piece of all those signs that rules a certain area of your life. And then correlate the readings to that area, right? So for example, I'm going to start with the fire signs, and Aries is the first one. I have my sun in Aries. I have Mercury in Aries. Mercury controls how we think and communicate. And what else? I'm losing it. Mars. I have Mars in Aries. And Mars is our warrior planet, right? That real aggressive, masculine energy in Aries. So I have a lot going on in this fire sign. And I do believe that is why Spirit has had me break them down the way we do them with the fire signs, water signs, earth signs, air signs. I do feel like I have more fire in my chart than water. Second, I would have more water. Then third, I would have earth. And then last, I have the least amount is air signs. So again, take all 12 signs, correlate them with your chart. When I started PLR 2020, I told you guys this then, and people heard me, and I sounded like I was, you know, swimming upriver, right? Like I was going against the grain. I was definitely saying things that people had never heard before. And they're like, no, I'm a sun sign. I'm just supposed to listen to my sun sign. And that's not true. We're all starting to learn that more. And I feel like people are becoming more aware and more knowledgeable about astrology and their birth charts and the map, right? That we're given on this journey. So I'm hearing more people, more tarot readers and more astrologers, relate that same information. It makes me feel not so crazy, right? I feel like, I don't know, I get excited, or I just feel heard when other people say it too, right? So, and I do feel as we move through 2026, especially 2027, I feel like in 2028 is really going to be a big years for astrology. I feel like we're going to see a big growth and pop in people wanting to learn what astrology is, people understanding that their birth chart is literally a map, to help them get through this journey we call life. So yeah, anyway, I just feel like it's going to become more popular, and I'm just excited that we're all kind of getting on the same page, I guess is what I'm saying. In the background, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I hope you can. Spirit tells me you can. Is the newest music that I've been listening to. I listen to all kinds of music, guys. I listen to frequency music. I try to find more like updated or popular music that uses frequency tones. I look for specific frequencies, like, something to clean my energy or remove negativity or just kind of uplift my vibration. There's all kinds of different frequencies that do different things. Sometimes I just spend time on healing. Sometimes I spend time on listening to music that heals the soul, heals the mind. Lately, I've been listening to music that heals the body. Let's see. I like all kinds of music, so it's really hard for me to like just pinpoint one thing. I've been listening to a lot of orchestra music. If you're into manifesting and creating your life, and instead of having life happen to you, right? Then there's a lot of different orchestra music, like Beethoven. The Seventh Symphony. I don't know what they're all called. I just have them saved on my playlist. And then recently it's been the piano. The piano definitely helps me calm those inner tremors. It helps me slow the thoughts down. It helps me focus on spirit's message instead of like the rest. My ego, my spirit team, all of that. It helps me focus on what spirit is telling me. The current obsession is Vontmer. It's Vontmer. He just goes by one name. I found him actually on TikTok. There was clearly something about his appearance that got my attention. It happens all the time. If you're on this journey, but there's something about his music. He writes his own piano music. He writes his own songs. There's no words, of course. It's just piano. But I use it for everything. I can use it to calm myself and help me get to sleep. I can use it if I wake up in the middle of the night to help me get back to sleep. I can use it in the morning to just kind of give me that calm start to the day. And I think it's really important right now that we start implementing everything we've been learning, right? We start integrating into our life all the spiritual lessons that we've been taking in about self-care, and about grounding into our energies, right? I think that's all the jibber jabber that I have to say 15 minutes in. I started tonight's live knowing that we're going to be here for 2.5 hours minimum. I think I'm done fighting with spirit about how long these lives are. I think that a lot of people think that I like to do YouTube or that I want to be famous. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I hide a lot. um, Again, this is something that spirit called me to do in order to help me get through my own healing journey. I'm very blessed and grateful and honored that I get to do this and help other people in the process, right? All right, let's get started. Let's start with the fire signs. I'm going to start with Aries. I hope everybody has their charts out. Let me know where Aries is for you. I will put timestamps in. Oh man, I almost forgot to tell you guys what I did today. I always get sidetracked. I get nervous. Okay, I got to tell you what I did today, and then we'll start with Aries. So this morning when I woke up and I was, the energy was getting intense, and it's like, man, I've been dealing with one thing after another, right? And it's boiling, right? I started to feel those like inner tremors, right? It's the crash out. We all know what it is. And so I started to like really, I don't know, lose my shit, right? So I tried all the grounding techniques. I mean, I was going through them, right? I was like, I'm doing the breathing. I'm trying to like, calm myself and get into this vibrational energy. And it was just really challenging for me. And I feel like we're kind of all feeling that right now. I want to point out before I start this, like, I'm not telling you to go do this. I'm just sharing my journey with you and what happens to me in my journey, and then how I feel about the things that happen, right? Or the things that I learn, or the things that I experience, right? Okay, so, and this is going to sound really silly to a lot of you, but some of you I feel like will understand. So I'm a girl, right? And I don't know why I started with that, but I am not a fan of heights, and I'm not a fan of like going fast, right? I'm not a fan of like being on something that goes fast. So roller coasters are like clearly not my thing, right? Oh, welcome back, Tim. Today I've had this like pent up energy, you know what I'm saying? Because we've all kind of been stuck inside and dealing with this storm, like I said, and all the ice and all the snow. A friend came to help me dig out my car because my car was literally buried like, I don't know, 3-4 inches in ice. So we got the car unburied. And well, the roads are still kind of bad here. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, our main road is clear, but like driveways and side roads are totally not. It's not uncommon to see people on 4-wheelers out here on the main road. Like, I totally know that it's, illegal and we're not supposed to do it. But it's, again, where I live in Kentucky, rural area, small town, it's not uncommon to see people on side-by-sides and 4-wheelers and this type of thing. Especially when it's, there's a lot of snow or whatever. So when we got done getting the car, like unburied out of the ice, which we did, but then kind of still stuck because, can't get out of the driveway. I decided that I was going to go on a ride on this 4-wheeler. I don't know if you heard me say that I'm chicken shit and I don't do well with like heights or speed or, going fast or this type of thing. So I've never rode a 4-wheeler like out on the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? And there's a little gas station. Well, actually now there's a little dollar store that's even closer than the gas station, but there is this little gas station that's like right down the road. And so I jumped on the 4-wheeler and I took this ride, and we went to the little dollar store first. On my way to the dollar store, we probably were only going like maybe 40 miles an hour. I don't even think we were doing 45. And And I was, I may have peed a little, to be perfectly honest. And I was just really trying to squeeze and hold it all together. You know what I'm saying? And I tears may have come out. But by the time we got to the dollar store, I realized like it wasn't that bad. And it was actually like really cool because it was something I'd never done before. And I don't know, the wind, my hair, it was cool. You know what I'm trying to say? And it was snowy out. So I got to like look and see all the like old Kentucky barns and the snow and the cows. And I don't know, it was just a really, really cool experience. On the way back from the little gas station, I definitely was like a lot calmer when I realized like, God wasn't going to let me die today. I just kind of enjoyed it more. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay, so I tell you all of this not to tell you to get on a four-wheeler and do illegal things like ride on the main road. That's not what I'm telling you to do at all. But what I'm telling you is don't do anything, of course, that's going to piss God off. But sometimes like it's okay to let go a little. You know what I'm trying to say? Again, I'm not telling you to go do anything illegal or do anything bad, but just sometimes you got to let the wind blow through your hair. Sometimes you got to remind yourself that you're alive. And it's just something that we really probably should be doing more of, especially as we're working through all this tough shit, right? All right, I'm not going to get emotional. That's what I had to say about it. Fire signs. Vanessa's like, come on. Vanessa, if you get bored over there, it's quiet. I see Natalie. Always come join us over on YouTube. Tim says, I bet you're addicted now. I don't know. I was telling my Miss Tina that I want to say it was just today. Like, I don't really, some people have the addiction issue. I've never really had that issue in my life. If I get addicted to anything, it's people. I get addicted to people. I get attached. You know what I'm saying? But I don't ever do anything that I feel like, oh my God, I have to do that again. And to be perfectly honest, I mean, it was very safe. I wasn't scared. I was, but it wasn't like there was anything that was being done wrong or anything. Just my own chicken shit. You know what I mean? But like, I just don't see myself. I'm not jumping on a Harley anytime soon. You know what I'm trying to say? Oh, the wind in the hair definitely was super cool. Super cool. Yeah, no. I thought you did. Yeah, like, no, I'm not. I'm not a bike person. I honestly admire people that are. I mean, you got to have some cojones to get on there and do such things. Okay. I promise, I'm ready. That's what I was saying earlier. I stopped fighting with Spirit about how long all 12 signs takes. And I just came in here understanding that we're going to be here a while. So if you're joining me live, I mean, thank you. It's so cool, right? Get comfortable. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for watching my video. I'm finally ready. All right, let's timestamp. Let's do 23:53 because I waited for Aries. And I am looking at February 1st through February 7th. I'm starting out with the Energy Oracle. Let me know if the music is too loud. I want it to be calming. All right, Aries, here we go. Energy of the week, we have man holding a heart. Interesting. It's number 45. Challenge or obstacle, we have the attachment card coming out. Lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle, we have happy family. Wow, wait till I tell you guys the numbers. Woman holding a heart is going to be your potential outcome. Look at that pair. Man holding a heart at the beginning and woman holding a heart at the end. Unfortunately, I do see the deceit card on the bottom. So the deceit card could say, someone's keeping something from you, Aries. Someone's hiding something from you. The deceit card kind of shows this man behind the curtain. I always talk about the Wizard of Oz. You know how the Wizard of Oz was the little short man behind the curtain, but his voice sounded like super loud and scary. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like someone could be pretending to be scarier than they are, or someone could just be hiding something from you because they're in fear of what you'll think of whatever that is. Okay. But let's break it down. Let's go through it. I did pull Triple Goddess Tarot out, so I do intend on clarifying. But I feel like the message is coming pretty quickly. Thank you, Twitch. All right, so first I want to talk about the numbers, okay? So man holding a heart is your energy of the week, Aries. It's number 45. Attachment is your challenge or obstacle. It's the card showing her taking her mask off and revealing her true self. It's number 5. Happy family is your lesson learned to help you with your challenge or obstacle. It's number 4. Woman holding a heart is your outcome, and it talks about when we see woman holding a heart, it's about unconditional love. It's number 44. Your card numbers are 45, 5, 4, 44. The number synchronicities are through the roof, right? I know we time-stamped at 23:53. I definitely waited for it. For me, it's the 3s. Maybe you're seeing 4s and 5s, definitely. 5s speak about change, so you're probably experiencing some type of change, which really the whole world is, right? 4s are about firm foundation, and that's probably what is changing, right? Tim says, wow. I know, I love it. Like I said, for me, it's been 3s. It's been 3s. Okay, man holding a heart in the energy oracle talks about this man that is loving and giving and kind and compassionate and empathic and understanding and spiritual and responsible, reliable, mature. Are you catching on yet? It's like the perfect man, right? And a lot of times I hear other tarot readers, and I'm not trying to knock anybody. We all do our own thing, right? But I do hear a lot of people go, oh, this means that this wonderful, perfect man is coming into your life. And Aries, I would love to tell you that, but I actually read the book that comes with the Energy Oracle. And it says that when you see man holding a heart, yes, these are all things that you desire, Aries. You desire someone who is loving and kind and giving and empathic and compassionate and understanding and mature and responsible and all those things I just got done saying, right? But here's the thing about life that I'm learning right now, like literally as I'm speaking. And I feel like it's been a very challenging lesson for me. But we don't attain this person. We don't go get this person. We can't go find this person. We'll never find this person. We can't, this person can't belong to us, Aries. And I know you're like, why? That's not fair. That just sounds shitty. But it's true, because the card says that it's not about attaining someone with all of these qualities. It's about becoming someone that has all of these qualities. Yeah. You see? And what happens? I think that's another thing that's like a common misconception that we don't seem to really understand. We attract people to our life, to our energy, to our vibrations based on how we're vibrating. If we're vibrating in wounded energy, I promise you, you're going to attract somebody with wounded energy. Amanda, welcome. So when you start vibrating from compassion, understanding, empathy, spiritual mindfulness, awareness, connection, community, what do you attract then? You see? So the attachment in your challenges or obstacle, I don't think, Aries, you're struggling to show yourself or to show your true self or to show what you've went through. I think there is some form of grieving, and it seems very much like an old you. Maybe it's an old belief system. Maybe it's an old belief system that I'm going to find this guy one day and he's going to be oh so perfect. And you finally understand it's not about finding this perfect guy or person. It's about becoming this perfect person so that you can align with someone that has those same qualities. I don't think you're struggling to take the mask off, Aries. I think you're struggling to let go of a belief system that you've probably had your entire existence. Happy Family and your lessons learned really lets me know that all of this that I'm talking to you about is about your home life, your intimate relationships, the people that you're closest with. And I think you're going to start this week in February. And we talked about this. We talked about this when I went over the astrology for the week, when we talked about the Leo full moon. February is a tough month. It's going to be a month where we're all going to be forced to implement what we've learned in our spiritual awakening. And for me, it's about finding that inner balance. For me, it's been, can I, one, understand that what happened to me never had anything to do with somebody else. Never. It never had anything to do with this person that I put on a pedestal for so long. It never did. It was always about balancing my own inner masculine and feminine energies. Once I caught on, like it clicked in there, you know what I'm trying to say? Immediately I started to realize and see and feel more balance, more calmness, less up and down, less erraticness. My foundation, my emotional foundation became firm. I started taking care of me and learning what makes me happy. Woman Holding a Heart is here for Aries because unconditional love is needed. It's time for you to take care of you, Aries. Sherry, welcome. All right, let's look at Man Holding a Heart. We have Four of Cups. I'm using Triple Goddess Tarot. In Triple Goddess Tarot, the woman is looking out the window. Four of Cups talks about manifestation, trying to draw something in, right? She's gazing out the window. She's daydreaming, and that is a form of manifestation. It's a technique, right? She's visualizing what it is that she wants. So I feel like, again, big confirmation here. But again, this isn't something that we're going to manifest. You're not going to manifest the perfect partner. It's not going to happen. You'll waste your years in this lifetime trying to manifest this perfect person that doesn't exist. Because you're not perfect, right? I mean, I don't care how much healing we do, how much alignment we do. None of us are Jesus. None of us are God. None of us are all of Source. We're a piece of Source. We have Christ consciousness, but none of us are perfect ever. That's why I don't believe, like, people say, "Oh, I'm healed." That makes me laugh every time. I'm healed. Like, you are. Wow. There's no such thing. That's impossible. We wouldn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, there would be no point. So Aries, it's not about manifesting someone to be with you. And God, I'm really understanding the lonely. I am. I'm totally getting it. But I'm also understanding that what I was doing before wasn't working. I was just repeating the same cycle over and over and over until I got so tired. Oh my God. And I'm definitely at this point in my life where nobody's fault but my own. Nobody. I'm done blaming people. I'm done blaming people who didn't choose me or who treated me poorly, because they were mirroring me. They were mirroring my vibration, where I was in my alignment. Attachment in your challenges or obstacles is not about being attached to someone or something. It's about a belief system that you have. The why am I by myself? The why am I having to do this by myself? The why isn't there someone for me? The why is there everyone have someone but me? That belief system is changing. Happy family is the firm foundation. It's the emotional contentment you're going to build on. I want to point out the Justice card came out for the challenge or obstacle attachment. Justice is Libra energy. You definitely could be dealing with a Libra. I was picking up more of the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But it does say that a great injustice has been done. Something very unfair. I used to tell the person who woke me up that this was so unfair. I'd say it just like that. This is so unfair. I don't know the times I heard life's unfair. But we don't stop and we don't quit. So is it unfair, Aries, that you can't manifest the perfect person? I mean, I guess, probably. But what type of justice and liberation are you going to feel when you become the perfect you? When you become the version of you that is the best you can be in this lifetime? The version that perseveres with unquestionable faith. happy family and your lessons learned is definitely going to be about emotional contentment, focusing on yourself, pouring into your own cup. 10 of Cups is here. 10 of Cups is the emotional contentment card in tarot. So not only do you have the happy family and the energy oracle, which literally shows the people under the rainbow, just like the 10 of Cups in Rider-Waite. But again, I'm using Triple Goddess Tarot. So it shows a mom with her kids. There's no man. There's no partner. People kept telling me, Rosa, you got to be single for a while. Rosa, you got to spend time on your own. You got to learn to love yourself. Oh my God, I didn't know what that meant. I finally figured it out. Thomas Mann, 89. Life's about finding whose shit you don't mind smelling. Because everybody's going to have some shit. Vanessa says, we just finished a 14-year cycle in Neptune and Pisces, so I'm hoping for a better 14 years. Absolutely. Well, I'm just telling you, Neptune and Aries it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot and feisty. And, I mean, get ready to get your lava shoes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Neptune and Pisces is going to Neptune and Aries, I think, is going to make Neptune and Pisces look like the spiritual coach's speech that we got before we put our boots on. Does that make sense? So, is it going to be better? Well, absolutely, because Neptune and Pisces was slow as crap and made us look really deep internally. Neptune and Aries is fast and it's on the outside. So it's like now we get to see all the things. Instead of just experiencing it spiritually, now we get to see it physically in our face. All right, woman holding a heart, Aries. 3 of Wands comes out. It's time to take new action. It's time to go in a new direction. It's time to stop repeating the same old belief systems that have gotten you absolutely nowhere. You can love yourself. You can spend time with you. And you can do that because you can know that the more you work on you, the more you're going to align with someone that's just the same healed version. That's going to mirror back the same love, the same effort, the same compassion, the same empathy, the same understanding, the same emotional maturity and regulation, because these are the things that you're going to work on and you're going to build in yourself. And that's the 3 of Wands. That's the different action. That's the different steps. All right, I've pulled Queen of the Moon for guidance. I can't believe we're just now finishing Aries. I mean, I can. I get it. It's okay. Like I said, I have a lot of Aries, so it's possible Aries is just longer. All right, the blue moon comes out. My absolute favorite. It's number 43. Just want to point that out, Aries, with all the number synchronicities. The blue moon is expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. I think for Aries, stop expecting, stop believing the negativity. Start believing in a more positive way, right? Start speaking to yourself more positively. We do have a blue moon in 2026. It's actually rapidly coming upon us, so we will talk about that more very soon. All right, I'm going to pull Moonology to close it out. a time for healing. Big confirmation, Aries. It's the Bosmic moon. And nothing is yet set in stone. It's the mutable moon. That said, it's always going to be this way energy. So remember, nothing is yet set in stone. Change you, heal you, focus on you. And then apparently, expect the unexpected. All right, that's it. That's Aries reading. I hope it was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly. I do not know how the rest of the readings are going to go. Just full surrender tonight. Sherry says Aries is always intense. It does seem Aries is the guinea pig. All right, let's do Leo. Let's do 45, 55. Leo, this is for February 1st through February 7th. This is your full moon coming in on the 1st. And then shortly following, we do have Uranus stationing direct in Taurus. So let's see how that energy plays out for Leo. I am using the Energy Oracle. We have number 7, the community card, coming out for your energy of the week. This is like minds, gathering with like minds, people who have the same belief system, people who support and encourage that type of energy. 48, Angel of Balance, is going to be in your challenges or obstacle. It does talk about moderation. There's something here about your inner circle, Leo. Where are you spending all of your time? Who's taking your energy? And lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle, we have number 11, Cornucopia. And then for potential outcome for Leo, you have number 6. It is the contracts card. I do see a victory on the bottom. All right. So I like that we saw the victory on the bottom because I was a little bit worried with the Angel of Balance coming in your challenges or obstacles, Leo. Community, I'm going to stick with like minds. I do feel like this is Spirit asking you to really protect your energy at this time. Who's siphoning your energy, Leo? The full moon could definitely illuminate that for you. There could be someone in your inner circle where maybe you need to reflect on their intentions. Do their beliefs actually match your beliefs? Something like this. There could be some imbalance here, like you're spending too much time with people that aren't encouraging or supporting you. Vanessa joins us over on YouTube. Welcome. Okay, so Angel of Balance and challenge or obstacle is just telling me that you need to moderate something, Leo. So again, pay attention to who's in your inner circle. Is it equal effort? Are you over giving? That could be an issue as well. Cornucopia in lessons learned is an energy that talks about getting everything you want, but it's also number 11. So it's giving me like strong twin flame vibes. Remember, guys, twin flame is just a type of spiritual awakening. So it could just be saying, Spirit saying, like, these are your lessons learned, what you've learned through your spiritual awakening, right? And now we're going to integrate and start like actually implementing them into our everyday life. Like you've learned through the 5D and through your spiritual awareness that it's really important that we protect our energy at this time. It's really important that we're not dealing with like energy vampires and people that are siphoning. In other words, they're overtaking. It's not equal effort, right? The contracts card is going to be your potential outcome. The thing that's sticking out to me with this, again, it's giving me strong twin flame vibes. But it's also like she's got a blindfold on. So it's this energy of like, maybe you're not seeing something clearly. Maybe you need to take more time to balance something out. She's also holding scales when, remember, you have Angel of Balance in your challenges or obstacles. So it's very possible that towards the end of the week, you're able to see something a lot clearer, and then you're able to bring that balance in. Leo timestamp was 45:55. All right, let's pull some Triple Goddess Tarot. Let's look at that community card. I said I feel like it is like minds. And we see the Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is about being guided by spirit. So pay attention to who has the same, I don't know, spiritual beliefs as you, who has the same morals, values, this type of energy. Angel of Balance in your challenges or obstacles says something needs to be moderated, but then I turn over the Death card. Strong Scorpio energy. So maybe this is more about cutting something out instead of moderating something or just limiting something. There may be someone that needs to be completely removed. The Death card does talk about death and rebirth, so maybe this is like a break. Maybe you just need to walk away. I kind of got the energy when I turned it over, like big ending here. All right, cornucopia is about getting everything you want, but again, it's number 11, and it gave me strong twin flame vibes. We get Jupiter here. So Jupiter, again, is about getting everything you want. So I feel like, Leo, if you're struggling to get everything that you're wanting right now, or you're feeling like things really aren't bending in your favor right now, it's going to have something to do with someone in your inner circle, someone siphoning your energy, someone overtaking while you're over giving, right? And definitely could have something to do with a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, because Jupiter, the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, and that is, of course, the planet that rules over Sagittarius. All right, contracts is your potential outcome. You do have the Two of Swords here. I do feel that you're going to have some type of important decision. I heard the words priorities right now. I heard the word priorities. All right, let me tell you why Spirit's telling me that like minds is important at this time. Because if you're energy is being siphoned by someone who does not have the same belief systems as you, they're not going to have the same goals as you, they're going to cause you distraction. They're going to cause you to derail from the plan, right? Again, it's possible that Spirit's just saying, hey, keep that energy balanced, because balance has been an energy, a thing that I feel like Spirit's been teaching me. I kept thinking that God wanted me to like have nothing and do nothing, and that's not the case at all. But balance and moderation is definitely key. All right, let's pull a guidance card, Queen of the Moon. Be careful that you're not dealing with energy vampires. Be careful that you're not allowing yourself to be distracted. And when you're around like-minded people, you don't really have that problem, right? Because everyone is all kind of on the same page and has the same goals, right? All right, so number 16, the full moon power card comes out, and harvest moon fruition is on the bottom. So Leo, Spirit is asking you to use the full moon energy to bring in something, harvest something. And we did see that cornucopia, so it is about getting something that you want. All right, let's pull Moonology to close it out for Leo. Leo is my second house, guys. Second house assets. A new start is coming. It's the new moon, and the end of a tough cycle approaches. It's full moon in Capricorn. All right, I'm going to leave that right there, Leo. I hope that reading was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly. We're going to move on to Sagittarius. That wasn't too bad, right? I feel like we flew through that compared to the Aries. All right, Sagittarius, let's do, I'm waiting for all of them. I'm totally cheating. Let's do 5343. Sagittarius, this is going to be February 1st through the 7th. Sagittarius is my sixth house. My moon is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius, sixth house. Let's see. My sixth house. Okay, so everybody's sixth house is daily routine, health. It's also the energy of Sagittarius is growth and expansion. I tell people all the time that my moon being in Sagittarius is why I change my mind all the time. All right, let's see how the Leo full moon plays out for Sagittarius, February 1st through the 7th. All right, so we have number 15, appreciation comes out. That's a tough card. It's been a tough card for me, I feel like, all week. All right, let's look at the challenge or obstacle for Sagittarius. We have a magician and the mirror. And that's a card that speaks about your spiritual abilities. And then lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. We do have the broken heart card coming out of the energy oracle. And then walking away, Sagittarius, is going to be your potential outcome. I do see blossoming abundance, which is number 3 on the bottom. It does talk about something new, exciting, happy. But there's definitely this energy of closure with this reading. It's really strong. Let's just dive into it. So appreciation has been about alchemy for me. In the appreciation card, she's standing in this garden that's like overgrown, and there's a lot of weeds everywhere. She's holding this really beautiful rose, and right behind her is like a very small rose bush, and it's again surrounded by all of these weeds and thorns and overgrown bushes. It clearly needs to be pruned, cleaned up, right? Weeded, right? Like it needs to be, I don't know. There's a lot of work involved in this garden that she's standing at. But the appreciation card talks about like she found this rose bush, this beautiful rose bush in this mess of weeds, right? Does that make sense? All right, so I don't know. I feel like you could feel, Sagittarius, like you're standing in a mess of weeds, right? I mean, who doesn't right now? But there's something that you need to alchemize this week. There's something that you're going to see that you're going to be like, oh, I'm so glad that happened this way. Or now I understand why that had to happen this way, right? Something like that. You're also going to see like what you're going to be able, like if you're going through something that seems challenging and tough, you're going to be able to see like what you're going to carry out of that, right? Like you're closing out this very challenging and tough cycle, and you're going to be able to see like what you're going to alchemize and carry through, what's going to help you in the future because you went through this very challenging and tough situation, right? Does that make sense? All right, magician in the mirror and your challenges or obstacles. The mirror energy is again giving me more twin flame vibes, but it's more about standing in your power. It's more about working with the energies and not being afraid to show people what you're capable of doing. Now, broken heart is in your lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. And broken heart talks about your healing journey. It shows this heart, and you can see this massive scar right down the middle of it, right? But the heart is healing, and it looks like there's still this tiny little piece on the bottom. It still needs some work, right? But it does talk about the journey that you've went through. Like it's showing me the spiritual journey, the going through and coming out of dark night of the soul, the building your faith over fear, right? Type of energy. This is what you need to tap into as you start becoming more aware and focused on your spiritual abilities and what it is that God is asking you to do with those abilities. The walking away card is the potential outcome for Sagittarius. I don't really feel this energy of like you're having to leave anything in haste. This feels like some type of buildup, like you've known for a long time that something was coming to an end, that something had to, like, it's like what I'm seeing in my mind is like a car changing lanes, right? Like you're on a highway and you're driving, and then the car in front of you just starts to slow down, and you realize like, oh, I need to get over now, and I'm no longer going to be following this car. How many of you guys do that? I do that. Like when I get on the interstate, I'm going to Sisters. I feel like that's the longest drive I do, right? It's an hour and a half. house. 2 hours sometimes if there's traffic. But I'll get behind a semi or a truck or a car or something, and I'll just follow that car for as long as I can until like they turn off. And it's like that's what this feels like. Like you've followed someone for as long as you can, and now they're turning off. Like now they're going somewhere else, and you're going to continue forward on your journey that is also going somewhere else, right? All right, let's pull a little Triple Goddess Tarot. Diana says, sounds like she found the beauty in chaos. I love that. Yes. All right, so the Seven of Cups comes out for the appreciation. And it's so funny because Diana, I just read her comment, says, sounds like she found the beauty in chaos. The Seven of Cups shows you all your options, all your choices. It does say you need to be cautious about those choices. Not all of them are going to be super easy or super fun, right? Some of them could have more challenges than others. But the interesting part about Triple Goddess Tarot and the Seven of Cups is that this is one of those decks where if you look at Rider-Waite Seven of Cups, the cups in the sky are all covered with clouds, and it's really hard to see like what those options are, right? And you have to be super cautious. Well, in Triple Goddess Tarot, it's like she's window shopping. You can practically pick what you want. Magician in the Mirror, we have Two of Cups coming out. Oh my God, this energy feels so intense, emotional. I almost said romantic. It's just really strong, powerful, like I'm with you type of energy. So interesting. It just really doesn't make sense to me, Sagittarius, why you're struggling with your abilities when you have this type of partnership. I will say I do see the snake like slithering out of the picture in Triple Goddess Tarot. The snake was big in 2025, right? It was the year of the snake, right? The wooden snake. Oh my God. And so really in 2025, it feels like we a lot of things were exposed, right? We saw a lot of truths maybe that we didn't want to see. But we definitely shed a lot of old skin, right? Things that weren't serving us, things, people, places, all of it. And we are moving into, it's the year of the horse, right? And this is this month, guys, just a few weeks. So the year of the horse, it's the fire horse. This is passion. This is drive. This is going after. It's taking the action that's needed to go after what it is that you're desiring, that you want, that you're destined to. There's something about needing to see people for who they really are. I think that there's more people that may have the same abilities as you, Sagittarius, and maybe because you don't share the information so openly, because it being Magician in the Mirror, being in your challenges or obstacles, like you have this ability, but you hide it. You don't want to tell people. I think getting this Two of Cups here could be that maybe you don't realize there's either someone, like maybe it's just one person, maybe there's others around you that also have these abilities. Broken Heart to me is always a card about testimony and your healing journey. So it's like, to me, it's like you went through some, okay, let's talk about Twin Flame Journey, right? Twin Flame Journey, I think it's so funny how people put such fantasy fairy tale BS on this term. But it's a spiritual awakening that occurred because of the trauma due to heartbreak, right? So again, no need to put anybody on a pedestal. No need to think that this awakening is about anyone else. Someone hurt you so badly, that your heart broke so badly, that you felt so much trauma that you wanted to leave this existence, and God had to pluck you out of the hellfires, right? That's twin flame journey. Now, when that happens, and when you align, when you're like grateful and appreciative and like, thank you, God, for saving me from this hellhole that I got myself into, you start to realize you're more powerful. You start to realize you've always had these abilities. Sagittarius, there's something about sharing your story. There's something about sharing your testimony. There's something about sharing what happened to you, how you went through what you went through, and what you gained from it. That's why appreciation is your energy of the week. Look at that. The Queen of Cups comes out. Again, I'm using Triple Goddess Tarot. And Triple Goddess Tarot, the Queen of Cups is divination, her abilities, what she can do. What can you do, Sagittarius? What are you so worried about that someone will see? You can work with energy. You can maneuver. You can harvest. You can conjure. What is it that you're so worried about sharing? Walking away, there's two cards in the energy oracle. There's the card where she's standing in the garden and she's wearing the key around her neck and the garden gate is locked. And then there's the walking away card where she's opened the gate. She's used that key that was around her neck and she opens the gate and she goes out into this great expansion. And what's out in the great expansion is spirit, spiritual awakening, right? Source. That's where she's headed. So it's almost like you finally stop caring what someone thinks or what they may think if they knew your story or if they knew your testimony or if they knew what you were manifesting, what you were creating or co-creating, maybe even with the universe. The Ace of Wands comes out. The Ace of Wands is fate and destiny. Sagittarius, what I'm getting from this reading is you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, and you're headed exactly where you're supposed to be headed. And you're supposed to share this story about you and this other person. You're supposed to share your testimony, what happened to you, what you experienced, what got you to where you are today, and what abilities you've been able to tap into because Spirit pulled you out of that dark night of the soul, right? All right, discernment comes out. Bottom of the deck is boundaries. Protect your energies, Sagittarius. Be cautious of who's around you. Again, it's giving me energy of like minds. If you're around people that are like-minded, you don't have these problems, right? Luck is on your side. It's new moon in Sagittarius. And here it is. Here's the message. Don't let your past hold you back. It's the South Node. All right. I'm going to leave this right here. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, guys, please remember to tap that like button for me. I'm going to clean up. We're going to move on to the water signs. What do you do, Diana? Tell me. Some people don't want to tell people that they hear God. Some people don't want to tell people that when they dream, they go places, that they see things that there's no way possible that they could know or experience. Some people talk to dead people. That freaks people out. When we tap into Source, the creator of all things, we realize that we are a part of that energy and we have the capabilities of that energy. And sometimes that's hard to share with people. I'm definitely still working on the stop giving a crap what people think. I feel like that's probably been my issue my whole life. And something that Spirit has to help me work on a regular basis. All right, water signs. Let's do Cancer. So Cancer is my rising sign. So your rising sign is, well, I mean, it's how you're created. It's how we start your charts. It's the very beginning. It's the very beginning of your soul's journey. We have a lot of Cancer rising at PLR. All right, let's do 11033. Cancer, this is going to be for February 1st through the 7th. You do have the Leo full moon coming in right at the very beginning. Uranus stationing direct with this Leo full moon is going to impact the full moon. It can't not impact it. There's so many, we have Neptune just moved into Aries. We have Saturn coming. There's so many energies that we're experiencing right now that are like once in our lifetime. So it's definitely going to impact our Leo full moon. All right, Cancer, I'm going to start with energy of the week. I am using the energy oracle. We have number 32. What did we timestamp at? Was it 11033? I can't read my own handwriting. We have card number 32. It's Door to Spirit. All right, so in the energy oracle, Door to Spirit says that it shows this veil, this golden veil. It's like it's being moved over to the side, and then it shows like this dove and these feathers coming through the doorway of this, where this veil, this portal, this door is. And the idea is that Spirit is, the idea is that the veil is being moved. So either Spirit can get a message to you, or you could get a message to Spirit. It's normally so Spirit can get a message to you, but it's almost like you're trying to communicate, Cancer. It's like you're trying to send something back in order to receive something. That was really specific. All right. Your challenge or obstacle, look at this, your 5th chakra. It's Archangel Gabriel. So Archangel Gabriel is the one that has the trumpet. It is the card that it is the person, the archangel that we see on the judgment card in tarot, right? Blowing the trumpet, and it's the angel that's like calling you to your purpose, and you see all the people like raising their hands up to the angel in the sky blowing the trumpet. That's Archangel Gabriel, right? Now, in the energy oracle, Archangel Gabriel in the 5th chakra, this is your throat chakra. This is, it's, a lot of people think it's about communication. I mean, it is. It is about communicating and speaking up and speaking from your heart as well. But of course, speaking your truths. But Spirit has been teaching me. I'm learning with the one-on-ones, guys. I'm telling you. Listening. The throat chakra is also about listening. So challenge or obstacle is that there's communication. There's an issue with communication. There's communication with either speaking. I'm burping a lot, excuse me, but I mean that's one of the signs. It's like confirmation. But Cancer, either speaking your truths or hearing source. is your challenge or obstacle. Lesson learned is number 2, the journey card. It definitely gives strong twin journey type of vibes, but it shows her walking on that, those wooden bridges. I don't know why I have all these cards that show these wooden bridges, because I am terrified of these wooden bridges. The kind that you walk on and have the rope, in the wood, and somebody jumps and it'll start shaking and you feel like you're going to fall to plummet to your death. You know what I'm talking about? Um, so it shows her walking on one of those bridges. But I mean, she's swinging her arms in the air in this energy of like glee and excitement. So I wouldn't say that the energy is scared or fearful as she's walking across this bridge. The thing that sticks out to me with the journey card in the energy oracle is that it's almost like she's doing this drop mic or mic drop move with her arm up in the air and her hand kind of like releasing something, but what she's releasing is a bag of luggage. So it's this energy of releasing the past, releasing the baggage, releasing what weighs you down type of energy. And then the potential outcome is envy. The envy card does talk about a little bit of victim consciousness, a little bit of worried about what someone else's journey consists of, or what someone else is doing, or what someone else is receiving. And Cancer, we're getting a little bit of spankings here. Are you ready? Hold on with me. I'm getting a little bit of a message of needing to count your own blessings. So I know what this is for me. But Cancer, you could feel like life has just been a little extra hard on you. Maybe you look at the people around you and you feel like life is easier for them in some way. I don't know what it is. It could be anything. And Spirit's trying to get a message to you to look at the blessings you have. What is it that you're not seeing, Cancer? Because at the same time that Spirit, that's why I got so confused with this Door to Spirit card, because at the same time that you're screaming to God about what it is that you didn't get or you don't have right now, God is screaming at you. Well, he's not screaming at you, but he's definitely trying to communicate and tell you or show you what it is you do have that you're not seeing. And it's so interesting because I'm getting this feeling, Cancer, like you feel like you don't have something, or you're lacking something, or you're missing something. And the interesting part, especially with this envy card, is there's so many people that see you, Cancer, and what it is that you do have. And it's like they're envious of you. You know what this is reminding me of? I know I'm making light of the situation because the energy feels really heavy. But what this reminds me of, so I have naturally curly hair. If you have naturally curly hair, I'm Cuban. My mom's family, my mom's dad was full-blooded Cherokee Indian. I say had because I'm going through menopause, y'all. But I had really, really intensely, I can't express to you, thick hair. Thick curly ass hair. And I was one of those people that I couldn't just like get out of the shower and just like run a brush through my hair and walk out the door. That's not how my world worked for 40 something years, right? Actually, when I was younger, I straightened it a lot, and I I liked it that way, and it was easier. But then I went through a period of, raising 3 children, being married for 20 years, and you just, don't got time to straighten your hair every damn day. So I use a lot of product, right? I was constantly having to put hairspray and gel and all this crap in my hair. Was weighing my hair down, just so I could get out the door and look presentable and not like I stuck my finger in an electric socket or something, right? And I used to tell people all the time, like, man, I wish I had straight hair. Man, I wish I had straight hair. And people are like, oh, Rosa, your curly hair is so beautiful. It's so pretty. I love it so much. Yada, yada. And it's like, man, you don't know. You're spending 30 minutes getting dressed and putting your makeup on. I'm spending 30 minutes on my hair alone. You know what I mean? Like, it's a job. It's a chore. I will say that, like, I feel like it's a lot thinner. I know it is. I can tell. But people don't notice. And I think they just don't notice just because it was so freaking fake to begin with. You know what I mean? But recently I was really getting upset with the whole freaking perimenopause hair. The grays are starting to come out and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm not ready for all this crap. Right. And I was telling my sister, like, I'm really struggling with my hair and like, just figuring out what to do with it. I'm tired of buying all this product. I'm tired of weighing my hair down. And she's like, it's just straighten it. And so she went and helped me. She showed me like this heat treatment stuff, and it really helps make it a lot smoother when you straighten it with it instead of doing it without it. But she also helped me get like this really nice hair straightener, which helps me straighten my hair in like 10 minutes. It literally takes no time at all. And then I don't have to use any product, right? My whole point of telling you all this is if you have curly hair, you want straight hair. And if you have straight hair, you want curly hair. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's definitely giving that type of vibe, Cancer. There's this energy of thinking that you don't have something, but people want what you have, and Spirit's wanting you to focus on what it is that you do have instead of screaming about what it is you don't have, right? I mean, let's just say it. All right. The Empress comes out for door to Spirit. It is about your creativity. It's also about being able to create something. I just want to point out, if you're in low vibrational energy, if you're feeling lack energy, it's going to be a lot harder for you to draw in what it is that you want. The Sun card comes out wrong. Temperance card, sorry. Temperance card comes out for 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. There's something that you're healing, or there's something that still needs more healing. All right, the Journey card, dropping the luggage. We do have the 7 of Wands here. 7 of Wands and Triple Goddess Tarot shows this person like fighting off the wands, and there is a child behind her. So it's this energy of like needing to protect yourself, needing to protect someone. This is lesson learned. So it's very possible, Cancer, that this is where your focus needs to go, or this could be like also where you're headed. For the Envy card, we do have the Magician coming out. The Magician talks about using all the elements to conjure and harvest and create what it is that you want. It's also the card of the tables turning, Cancer. It's the card of the tables turning. How interesting is that? All right, let's pull Queen of the Moon for guidance for Cancer. Miss Owl, welcome. All right, we have the Surrender card. It's number 26. That's definitely what's going to have to happen. And I do feel like that is what is happening. And I feel like when you drop the luggage, or the thing you're holding on to, or the thing you feel like you have to keep carrying this weight of whatever it is with you, when you let that go, that's when you surrender. That's when the tables turn, right? Makes sense? All right, your commitment is being tested, 1st quarter moon, and bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Cancer. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, make sure to tap that like button for me. I'm going to clean up. And we're going to move on to Scorpio. Sherry says, holy crap, I have curly hair too. I feel like I was definitely making light of that situation, but that's the best example I could think of to explain that energy. I don't know. What do you guys think about tonight's live? We're already an hour and a half in. We're just getting to Scorpio. But it feels very relaxed, right? It doesn't feel like I'm talking so fast that I'm sputtering everything out and trying to rush and you know what I'm trying to say? It definitely feels calmer, like I can breathe. Can you guys still hear the piano in the back? You guys have to go check it out. Vontmer, Vontmer, just one name. I'm probably saying it wrong, I'm sure. Vanessa says, it's good, don't rush. It definitely seems a lot better, don't it? All right. Incoming Scorpio download. Ooh, big yawn. Okay, here goes. Ready? The Scorpio energy feels very scattered, stretched out, thinned, struggling to persevere, to keep going, to keep pushing. I want to say there's something about pain. I could be talking to someone who has like chronic pain. This could be like, I mean, it doesn't have to be like physical pain, but it can be. It could also be emotional pain, something in the mind. And I don't mean like a headache. I mean like a breakdown. And you're Scorpio, so you're hiding it. You're wearing that smile during the day. That's it. So I'm just saying, if that's you, here we go, right? Deep breaths. Let's do 127.22 for Scorpio. And this is going to be February 1st through the 7th. Leo full moon comes in on the 1st. It is going to be a massive spotlight on yourself. Maybe you're feeling the pressure of that. We also have Uranus stationing direct. Guys, I'm putting out Uranus every single reading because when it stations direct, remember, Uranus is the planet of shock and awe. Surprise, didn't see that coming. All right, let's look at energy of the week for Scorpio, February 1st through the 7th. We have Goddess of the Moon, trust your intuition. I just did that. I got the big yawn. I knew the download was coming. I even made a joke about it. And then I just shut up. I just got quiet, right? So I could hear. There's something you're scared of. There's something you're fearing. There's something maybe you feel pressured to do. Or you're just feeling like pressured, pushed. Maybe you feel tested, like pushed to your limits is what I'm hearing. Whatever it is, it's causing you some type of pain. It's causing you pain was like the first word. And again, I don't know if that's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. I don't know. It could be different for everybody. There's something about trusting your intuition. That is, Goddess of the Moon is actually the card that you see on the box of the Energy Oracle. It's the lady with the long, blonde, curly hair, and she's holding the moon up. Trust your emotions. Trust what you're feeling. It's number 52. All right, challenge or obstacle. We have Angel of Love. When Angel of Love comes down, it is a card that signifies that unconditional love is needed at this time. There's something about the pink heart that she's holding in this picture. It looks like a rose quartz, like a big giant rose quartz heart that she's holding. I actually have a pink rose quartz heart. It's not that big. I can hold it in the palm of my hand. Mine has a giant crack through the middle. A lot of people will recycle their crystals when they are broken or have cracks in them. Different ways. Some people bury them, put them back into the ground. I've kept this one. The crack has been there for a minute. But it reminds me of where my heart was when I started this journey, and where I am today. And I don't know if you guys know this, but crystals have a lot of power. They have a lot of, they're a tool just like everything else, just like tarot, just like astrology, just like our Bibles. They're tools, right? They're tools that we use. But have you guys ever heard that plants protect you? If you have plants in your home, they protect you and nurture you. Have you ever heard that? It's the same thing with the crystals. A lot of times when I see that I have a crystal that's cracked, I understand that that crystal has taken a hit for me. If you have a plant that dies, that plant has taken a hit for you. Unconditional love being needed, Scorpio, and your challenges or obstacle is tough. That's a hard one. Lesson learned to help you with your challenge or obstacle is Healer of the Ages. It's my Jesus card. There's a lot of Christ consciousness energy coming out of this reading. Potential outcome, you have number 25. It is the Deceit card. You do have hostilities on the bottom. Definitely going through something that's challenging. People could be in your face. You could be going like against what people want you to do. You could be experiencing stress. maybe even like chronic stress. I don't think that anybody's lying to you with the deceit card. A lot of times that's what it means, that someone's lying to you or keeping something from you. I think this is you, Scorpio. I think you're lying to yourself, and I think you're hiding something from other people. Damn, don't you all love me? I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? If you're a Scorpio and you're listening to me and you're like, that's bullshit, that's not happening to me. Okay, well then this isn't your reading. But I got a feeling, ding, 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 winner, winner, chicken dinner. Healer of the Ages being in your lessons learned tells me you know who Jesus is. And I don't mean like Jesus, like whoever that is for you. It's like you know that alignment with Christ consciousness is needed for your healing. This is in your lessons learned. You've already learned this. So I'm struggling to figure out, Scorpio, why is unconditional love needed? Why is it in your challenges or obstacles? Why are you struggling to be kind to yourself? Why are you keeping your pain from others? Why are you hiding it behind that big curtain? And I don't know who smokes. I don't smoke anymore. I have my puffer. But I just got a whiff of an ashtray. I'm a cigarette. All right, Goddess of the Moon, Scorpio. We have the Empress coming back out. The rabbit is sticking out to me. Whenever I see that rabbit, I do get that energy of like going down a rabbit hole. Trust your gut is what I'm getting with that message. We do have Scorpio energy, the Death card, coming out with unconditional love, angel of love, and your challenges or obstacle. It's possible. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. Is it possible, Scorpio, that you are overgiving? Could you be overgiving to someone? Are you depleting yourself to give to someone else who maybe does not love you unconditionally? Damn, that's hard. I got one, I'm in trouble for cussing, sorry. Two, a little bit of a message. Not that they can't or won't, but maybe at this time they don't know how. Maybe something with the timing, who they are in this moment. They can't give you what it is that you need from them. Scorpio, you're giving to the point of depletion. That's why we have the deceit card at the end. That's what you're hiding. That's what you're trying to pretend like isn't a problem. Like you're not depleted. Like the amount of love that they give you is okay. That's enough. But it's not. You're lying. Healer of the Ages, you have the Moon card. I It's interesting because it's like she's looking in the mirror and she sees this really frail version of herself. But outside of the mirror, she's strong and vital and competent, able. The Deceit card, I have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is about taking responsibility. It's about stepping up to the plate. It's about understanding that you're not going to be able to keep lying to yourself. Five of Wands is on the bottom. Five of Wands is challenges. It does say that things are difficult at this time. But Five of Wands is not the Five of Swords. They're not stabbing and killing each other. Five of Wands says that they're training. They're preparing for something. It says that you're prepared for this situation. You should see the amount dropping in the Scorpio reading. It's okay. I understand. It's a hard one, and it may not be for everyone. But it's definitely, Scorpio is my 5th house of joy, happiness, children, romance. So it's definitely ringing my bell for sure. I think, Scorpio, you've been pretending for a long time. I think you've been pretending for a long time that something makes you happy that doesn't really make you happy. I think you've been overgiving for a long time to a point of depletion. I think you are wanting something from someone that they're not capable of giving you at this time. And I think something in your gut is telling you that. And I think that the whole message is about the depletion. So it's about putting the focus back on yourself. You've given enough. You've done enough. The Empress as the energy of the week, it gives me this feeling, Scorpio, like you want to be the all, the everything for everyone. And you probably try to do that pretty regularly. But if you don't listen to what your body is asking from you, or your mind, or your heart, whatever it is, then you're just lying to yourself. Gratitude comes out, and snow moon purity comes out. And the snow moon purity is the moon on February 1st, the Leo full moon. All right. It does speak on clean slate, new beginnings. Time to start over. I do want to point out the gratitude card. It does show like 2 hands. It's an older person's hand. It looks like an older woman's hand. There's a lot of wrinkles. And then a younger person's hand. It does show this apparition in the background of a woman. So it's like it gives me this energy of passed on loved ones, someone watching over you, keeping you safe, that type of energy. All right, have faith in your dreams comes out. And look at this. You're very close to achieving your goals. On the bottom, adjustments are required. I think what the adjustments are is trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, trusting how you feel, knowing that that feeling that you have that's telling you this is important and I need to pay attention is very, very true, right? All right, I hope that was helpful. I feel like it was harsh. I'm definitely going to have to go back and listen to that one again. Pisces, we have made it to Pisces. Sherry says, oh, it's happening. What's happening? Oh, good night, Tim. All right, Pisces. Let's timestamp 144:15 because I've seen it. And this is going to be for February 1st through February 7th. First card to come out, woman holding a coin. That's about knowing your self-worth. Chandra obstacle, we have financial constraints. That's about not planning for something or not planning ahead for something. Lesson learned is the strategy card. It does show a journal log and a feather pen. And then we do have patience coming out for your outcome. I do see the clock in the patience card, so it does give me this energy of, excuse me, divine timing. Okay. So sorry. Massive coughing fit. It was so bad I had to mute the mic. And made my eyes water. There's clearly something with the throat chakra. You're not saying something or speaking up about something. I think it is financial. I mean, it's possible it has you very emotional. I want to be like, I swallowed my water and it went down the wrong hole, but it totally wasn't that. It definitely just had this huge coughing fit. And a lot of times when that happens, and the worse it is throat chakra. And the worse it is like, when we don't speak up, like when we don't speak our truth or whatever is hurting us or bothering us, it festers and it grows and can become like physical ailments. You know what I mean? Like it can physically make you sick. I'm talking to a Pisces that is dealing with financial constraints. You want to do something, but you don't have enough money. And something about that has you like really emotional. I think you're struggling with your self-worth. Maybe you feel like you didn't plan for something, or you're not ready for something. The interesting part is the strategy card, the journal log, with the feather pen card, and your lessons learned, because it's like you wrote down a plan. You had a plan. I don't know. Maybe you wrote something in a journal. Maybe you told somebody your plan. I don't know, but you had a plan. Now, clearly something's happened and you've derailed from the plan, and now something's happened and you feel like you're not ready for it. But the outcome is patience. So the outcome is not an action card. It's not saying, Spirit's not saying, hey, you were supposed to go do this, and that's why this thing hasn't happened, or that's why you're going through this challenging time right now. No, it's divine timing. That's why the clock is on the patience card. Why it's making me cry, I have no idea. Maybe you're just really sick of waiting. I don't know. But there's definitely something about needing to be patient. Definitely going through something that's very, very scary and very challenging. And maybe even really emotional. That has to do with your finances. Maybe journal log just says, write down how you feel. But the outcome is patience. The outcome is divine timing. I think you're struggling with your self-worth because something hasn't came in yet and you're thinking that you're not worthy of it. And that's not the case at all. Spirit's time is always better than our time. Spirit is smarter, wiser. All right, woman holding a coin. We have the 10 of Pentacles, which makes sense. Your goals, the things that you want out of life, what you're trying to achieve. The 4 of Pentacles comes out for your financial constraints. So whatever the financial constraint is that you're dealing with, the 4 of Pentacles talks about needing to let something go. A lot of times when we're holding on to something, like, for example, she's holding on to a coin. So it's like, if you feel like you don't have a lot of money, you're probably really holding on tightly to what you do have, which is restricting the flow of money. Does that make sense? So if you hold on to it with dear life, like, I got this $10. That's all I got. I got this $10. I can't spend it because no more is coming. So I got to hold on to this $10. Well, then all you have is $10. You see what I'm saying? But if you spend that money and you know that that money is going to come back tenfold, well, then you spend that money and know that money is going to come back tenfold. And it does every time. You see what I'm saying? So it's the belief system. It's letting something go. And I think for Pisces, the belief system is, I'm not good enough. It's not going to happen for me because I'm not good enough. With the strategy card, the Page of Swords comes out. The Page of Swords is higher learning. There's more to learn. There's more to do. And the Patience card, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is slow moving energy. I don't know what it is you're waiting for, Pisces. I do believe that it has something to do with finances, with material things. With goals, achievements, things that you want out of life. I feel like you feel really stuck right now, and Spirit saying, hold on just a little bit longer. When divine timing is at play, if we was to rush that energy, it won't be as good as if we just wait for God's timing. Does that make sense? Do the work that you're supposed to be doing. Let God do his part. You decide whether you think it's happening or not. Oh, in the Scorpio reading. All right, let's do guidance for Pisces. Queen of the Moon. Wow, we have the Hunter Moon Abundance card. In Queen of the Moon, this card shows this woman standing out in the forest. She's surrounded by animals and furs and berries and nuts and trees and leaves and all the things. The point of the card is you are abundant. You may not feel abundant. It's not an excess. It's about having everything that you need at this time. Nourishment is on the bottom. I do feel like that is where Spirit wants you to put your focus. And it is about balancing your mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. Have mercy. All right, Moonology to close it out. Confidence is your key to success. It's new moon in Leo. We do have full moon in Leo on the 1st. And a time to give rather than take. All right, Pisces, I know. That was a challenging one, but I hope the reading gave you confirmation and maybe a little hope. All right, Earth signs are next. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Actually, I need to go grab me a water really quickly. I'll be right back. Okay. Natalie Brown is a Virgo. All right, let's start with Taurus. Let's timestamp and let's do 156 even for Taurus. The countdown is what's sticking out to me when I was looking at the time clock. It was like 155, 56, 57, 58, 59. It was like going down this countdown. So Taurus, it could be some type of pressure. You could feel like there's some type of countdown happening, like you're maybe running out of time, or you only have a limited amount of time. All right, this is February 1st through the 7th. We do have Leo full moon. So let's see, what is the main energy for Taurus? We have door to personal healing and happiness. It's number 34. Challenge or obstacle. We have caring connection. This is about a partnership. Most likely a romantic partnership. Lesson learned. We have all tied up. And then we have the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, coming out. Blossoming abundance is on the bottom, so that gives me some hope. It does tell me that something new and abundant is happening to you. Okay, Taurus. Door to personal healing and happiness. The thing that always sticks out to me with this card is the entryway, the doorway, and the threshold. It gives me this energy of something's blocking your door to personal healing and happiness. I do have caring connection in your challenges or obstacles. So Taurus, it's very possible that there's some type of friendship or relationship that is causing you some type of challenge or obstacle. It's number 14, so it's possible that there's just some type of change happening in this relationship. The interesting card here is going to be number 23, all tied up, coming out in your lessons learned. And that kind of gives me this feeling like, so all tied up says that like you're super busy, but you're keeping yourself super busy so that you can ignore something, so that you don't have to pay attention to something, so that you can tell yourself, oh, I just don't have time to worry about that right now. And then 7th chakra as your outcome is your connection to source, a very spiritual card coming out. It's giving strong twin flame vibes for sure. All right, let's look at door to personal healing and happiness. We have 7 of Wands coming out. 7 of Wands, again, Triple Goddess Tarot. It shows her protecting that child. There's a child standing behind her. So it's like you feel like you have to defend someone who depends on you. Caring connection and a challenge or obstacle. You have Page of Wands. Taurus, the Page of Wands says, expect things to get messy. Expect things to get messy. All right, all tied up is you ignoring something or not paying attention to something. Queen of Swords is here. It's about speaking your truth. It's about enforcing healthy boundaries. It's a card that shows her taking her mask off. So it's like not pretending that something's not bothering you when it is. All right, let's look at this potential outcome. 7th chakra, we do have the King of Swords coming out. This is about mentorship. It's about responsibility. I also heard the word accountability. I'm not sure. I feel like you could be in a messy situation, Taurus, where you're waiting for something, where you feel like you have some type of pressure to protect or defend something, where maybe you're not quite ready to face some type of responsibility that you may have. And it all feels very spiritual. I'm being told to describe the King of Swords card to you, Taurus. Okay, so I'm using Triple Goddess Tarot. They're all women. In the King of Swords card, she's sitting on her throne and she's surrounded by young children. She's mentoring the children. She's teaching them something. Taurus, you have something to teach. I don't know, youth, children, people that depend on you, maybe someone that you're responsible for, something like this. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. All the coughing. All right. 2 cards come out. Creation, the Beaver Moon, number 39. And the Wolf Moon, the Hunger card. The Hunger card talks about which wolf are you going to feed, right? It's that story of we have both the good wolf, the bad wolf. Which wolf are you going to feed? But it's like I'm talking to a Taurus who's like created new life. Maybe you were the bad wolf. Maybe you used to feed the bad wolf, right? Like maybe, I don't know, you had some issue and it's like now you're more focused on feeding the good wolf and bringing more good and positivity into your life. But it is wolf energy. So it's like fighting for something, persevering through something. The energy is gaining momentum. It's the waxing moon. I felt that like there's some type of like limited time. And show the world the real you. It's full moon in Aquarius. On the bottom, work through your fears. Full moon in Scorpio. All right, Taurus, I'm going to leave it right there. Hope that reading was helpful. Clean up really quickly. We're going to move on to Virgo. All right, Virgo, let's timestamp. Let's do 20202. Love it. And this is going to be for the week of February 1st through the 7th. You do have Leo full moon coming in on the 1st, and maybe a little bit of shock and surprise on the 3rd after the Leo full moon. So let's see what the energy of the week is for Virgo. Adjacent possibilities comes out of the energy oracle. It's number 24. It talks about how when you have a goal and you're going towards some goal, when an obstacle falls in your way, you don't just give up on your goal. You change paths, you change routes, you go around, above, through, but you don't change what you want. You just change how you get to it. It could also say there's more than one way to get to what it is that you want. Man holding a coin is in your challenges or obstacles. I think that's what you want. Blossoming abundance is lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. And then the thinking woman is number 47. You do have a victory on the bottom, so that is slightly helpful, Virgo. Let's just spit it out. I think this has something to do with some man. I should have said that. I think this has something to do with some counterpart energy that you have put a lot of weight into. You have put a lot, like this person could be on a pedestal for you. There is this energy of something not working out. You were way with this person or with this energy, and now you're having to come up with a new way, and maybe the new way isn't as bad as you think. The thinking woman being your potential outcome is giving intentionally overthinking something, like something. It's giving me this energy like if it's meant to be yours, it cannot pass you, and you're like, this thing's gonna pass me, it's gonna pass me if I'm not paying attention, if I'm not doing it. And that's not the case at all. All right, let's pull some tarot. All right, adjacent possibility is number 24. Man holding a coin was 43. Blossoming abundance was 43. And the thinking woman was 47. All right, 9 of Pentacles comes out for adjacent possibilities. 9 of Pentacles talks about financial independence. Man holding a coin. I think that you need to put the focus on what is your worth, what is your value. It's like you need to put yourself on the pedestal, but there's someone else up there. They need to come down, you need to put yourself up there. 4 of Swords is here. It does say that this is a time of healing. It also says that you've gone through it's a redirection. In other words, again, you were headed down a path, something happened, and now Spirit has redirected you and you're going a different way. It is an energy of blessing in disguise as well. I think the blessing in disguise is the blossoming abundance. Now you get a whole new life. You create a whole new you. You get more than you ever expected. Ace of Cups comes out. Big confirmation. The thinking woman, we do have 2 of Wands. You do have an important decision to make. I think the decision you have to make is, where are you going to put your focus? Are you going to continue to give it to someone else? Or are you going to start to see the value in yourself? All right, Virgo, Moonology. Wrong. Queen of the Moon. Spiritual guidance. We have the Sovereignty card, and that's so it, right? Because you need to move into your sovereignty. 9 of Pentacles. This is where you take your power back, Virgo. What do you need to release? The waning moon and work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. Let's keep going. Capricorn is next. You are drinking one for me. Cheers. What are you drinking? I actually don't drink anymore, Miss Al. I shared your video, Miss Al. You sent me that video of natural, like all natural cocktails, with no alcohol, just different ingredients, all natural ingredients. Me and Miss Tina were watching that. We're definitely thinking of trying some of those. I mean, some of them look really delicious. All right, here we go. Capricorn, let's timestamp 207 even. And this is the week of February 1st through the 7th. So I'm assuming that the 7s are going to be your number this week, Capricorn. Let's pull energy of the week. Absolutely. Door to value. Are you going to the casino? All right. It's number 31. Door to value says that I feel like it's a new opportunity. Some new opportunity comes in. The opportunity has some type of like abundance, some type of value. It may not necessarily be money, but could have something to do with money. The World card is here. The World card again is about opportunities. It is in your challenges or obstacles. So there's something about that we're gonna have to look into. Angel of Strength is here, coming into your lessons learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. And then Yin Yang is going to be your potential outcome. And it's number 22. Yin Yang does show, it is the energy of inner balance. And it is giving me like strong, masculine, feminine, twin flame vibes. Capricorn, you have an opportunity this week to see something that you went through that was super challenging and took a lot of internal strength to get through. This is the week where you balance that out with alchemizing what you gained from it, the value that you got out of that situation. 6 chakras on the bottom. You could also be receiving a lot of downloads at this time. Oh, okay. What do we call? Oh man, I'm getting in trouble because I'm paying attention to the comments. Dang it. I watched the Stoner Gump on TikTok. Have you guys ever heard of him? Watched him? He calls it something. Elevating. He says we're elevating. All right. Door to value. Capricorn, the devil card comes out. That's your card. That is Capricorn energy. And it's actually called the crone card in Triple Goddess Tarot. It's not the devil with the big fiery horns and the people, bound at his feet. It's actually a card of a very wise woman. The gray hair is sticking out to me. The cord, there's a red cord that is not attached to her. It's laying on the ground next to her. It's like she has uncorded herself. And remember, we don't cut cords around here, right? We heal our wounds so that we can unhook ourselves, right? And it does give that energy. A strong card of not just alchemy, but growth. All right, for the World card, we do have 6 of Pentacles. So it is feeling like maybe you lost an opportunity, or you want an opportunity, or you're asking for another opportunity, because 6 of Pentacles is about like asking for help. And then with Angel of Strength, we do have 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands does say, ooh, there's something more. Okay, so 2 of Wands is about making an important decision. For some of you, this could have something to do with travel. But for some of you, this is about trusting that you're making the right decision, trusting yourself that you're going in the right direction. All right, and then yin yang being your outcome. We do have King of Pentacles coming out. King of Pentacles is stepping up to the plate again. It is about taking responsibility. And this time it's Capricorn about putting yourself up on the pedestal. All right. There's a lot of power coming with that yin yang card. You could be finding some type of inner balance, and that could be the value. It's also possible that you're balancing your inner masculine and feminine, and that's allowing you to come into ascension, alignment, and that's allowing you to manifest more, right? The Pentacles. All right, we do have the Void card coming out. It's number 1. It's clean slate, start over, and the Peace card on the bottom, which talks about peace of mind. All right, ooh, cards are flying. All right, moonology adjustments are required. 3rd quarter moon. Meditate. Find out when is 3rd quarter moon. Meditate on that date. Balance spirituality with practicality. Full moon in Pisces. All right, Capricorn, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, make sure you guys are tapping that like button for me. I'm going to clean up, and we're going to move on to the air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I feel like I took my time. I didn't rush Spirit. The readings came super easy, but it's normal time. Look, we're going to end on normal time. Like I'm telling you, you can't rush Spirit. If Spirit says all 12 signs is going to take 2.5 hours, then all 12 signs is going to take 2.5 hours. All right, air signs. Let me grab a drink of water. I'm telling you, that coughing fit through Pisces took me out. Had me crying and everything. All right, Gemini is next. Timestamp 113:33. I'm sorry, 213:33. Gemini, this is for February 1st through the 7th. You do have Leo full moon coming in on the 1st. Gemini, there's something about a point, making a point. Maybe even like it's giving like a stand your ground type of, like, stand firm in your conviction type of energy. All right, let's look at energy of the week. We have first chakra, Archangel Michael. Let's look at challenge or obstacle. We do have storm warning coming out. Lesson learned. We have second chakra, Archangel Ariel. And then potential outcome, we do have a victory. The Sun card is on the bottom. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting here, Gemini, is that just because we see a Tower card in tarot, or like storm warning and oracle cards, this type of thing, does not necessarily mean that, like, a lot of times when people see Tower cards, like the tarot Tower card, they're like, oh shit, something's about to go down, or like something's going to happen to me, right? It's like it immediately draws some type of fear out of us. And sadly, that's not like the intention. That's not what it's meant to do. When we're experiencing Tower moments, it's actually moments where Spirit steps in to remove obstacles and challenges that we were not able to like overcome. So it's like Tower moment. Spirit comes in, knocks that tower, that obstacle out of the way. Now you can see through it to the other side and you can continue going, right? Storm warnings are the same thing. Storms come in to clear paths, remove obstacles out of your way so that you can continue forward on your journey. With first chakra, Archangel Michael, it's giving strong protection energy. So I'm having a twin flame spiritual awakening journey. That's the type of spiritual awakening that I'm experiencing. If you're following me, you're more than likely having the same type of spiritual awakening. And that's why the messages pull at your heartstrings too, right? So first chakra, Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is the archangel specifically seen by those of us is having this particular type of spiritual awakening journey. We see this archangel, we experience his energies, we feel he offers us protection, and that is like what we experience from him in this journey. And I'm not saying like Archangel Michael doesn't help other people having other types of awakening. I just know that in my spiritual awakening journey, this is the angel that protects me. The first chakra is your root chakra, like your base source, like where you came from, right? I feel like, Gemini, you could be going through some storm. You could be going through some Tower moment, some challenging change could be happening at this time. And you could be questioning like your own inner strength, your own inner perseverance. Can I make it through this? And Spirit's asking you to remind yourself of who you are. Remember how powerful you are. Are you going to get through it? Yes. Is this the first Tower moment you've experienced? No. Is it the first storm that's came to clear a path for you? No, absolutely not. The second chakra, Archangel Ariel, is throwing me off a little bit. We're going to clarify with some tarot, but it is the card that is supposed to help you with your challenge or obstacle. And storm warning says a path is being cleared. Second chakra is 2 inches below the belly button. It's where we hold energy like shame, guilt, remorse. I think Spirit's asking you not to feel bad about what's happening right now. With the victory card as the outcome, it definitely gives like destined energy. The path is being cleared so that you can receive bigger, better, more, all of that. All right, Six of Cups comes out. First chakra, Six of Cups is memories from childhood. It's reunion energy, someone from your past. It's also like a gift or a present. Storm morning, we have the King of Swords coming out. King of Swords is about speaking truth, showing people who you really are. With the second chakra, Archangel Ariel, we do have Two of Cups coming out. It's about a partnership. It could be romantic. It could be relationship type of energy. With the Victory card, you have Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands could say that you're experiencing a little bit of imposter syndrome, like who am I to do this type of thing. But Queen of Wands is also about confidence, the importance in having confidence. I feel like Spirit's asking you to remember who you are. Ace of Swords is on the bottom. More confirmation. Remember who you are. All right, Gemini, let's pull guidance. Queen of the Moon, we have the Pleasure card coming out, and Resistance. Resistance shows this fist, like someone's holding on to something for dear life. In order to feel or accept joy and happiness and pleasure, we actually have to make room for it. Like you can't be full of resistance, you see what I'm trying to say, and still have room for things like pleasure. Does that make sense? All right, Moonology to close it out. A win-win outcome is forecast. It is full moon in Libra. Prosperity lies ahead. It's new moon in Taurus. And here it is right here. A personal issue reaches a resolution. It's full moon in Cancer. All right, Gemini, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. I'm going to clean up and we're going to move on to Libra. All right, a little bit of a message for Libra. So Libra is the sign of the scales. It's the sign of balance. You're out of balance. You're out of alignment. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but what I need to tell you is that, and I don't like go to a doctor, right? I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving like health advice or anything like that. But whatever is out of alignment or out of balance, I feel like it's emotional, maybe even mental, like in the mind, thoughts, feelings, depression, anxiety. It's starting to get out of control. It's reminding me of this time where I went through like a second dark night of the soul because I went and put myself in another bad situation, and had to get out of it. And that second dark night of the soul, I realized depression, like the big dark cloud when it came a-knocking, right? I wasn't as scared of it as before because I guess I learned the skills and the tools to work with depression. You can't I don't think depression is curable. I think it's something that we can work on healing, but it's something that that constantly needs our attention. Like when I drop the ball, it can come back, right? There was this period, again, when I was going through that second dark night of the soul, where I knew what was happening. I knew I was starting to sleep more. I started losing. I couldn't food. I wasn't desiring anything to eat. I didn't like it the way anything tasted. I couldn't taste anything. Not COVID, just depression. You know what I mean? I didn't have any desire to get up, to go anywhere, to do anything, to just care. I just didn't. And I spent several weeks in this state, and I watched it progress. Like I watched myself get up less, eat less, care less. You see what I'm trying to say? I watched myself just kind of letting it go. It was almost like I was basking in this, or basing in this depression energy. It was almost like I was accepting of it. And I do feel like it was some way, like I was going through the grief of the relationship that I just gotten out of, right? That caused the second dark night of the soul. So it's like I was going through a period of grieving and sadness and depression, and I was okay with it. I didn't care. I knew that I had the tools, and I'm not telling anybody to do this. Again, not a doctor, not telling you what to do. Just telling you my experience. I knew that I had the tools to get out of that state, to raise my vibrational energy. But I allowed myself to stew, to almost like spiral out, spin out. It did get to a point where I was like, okay, Rosa, it's time to rein it in. Like, it's gone too far, and I started to get a little worried. Like, is this going to be harder than I thought? I actually had to go back to therapy, which is not a bad thing. I'm starting to think that therapy should be something that we all do on a regular basis, just for regular maintenance and self-care. But my point is, Libra, I feel like you're unbalanced. Depression could be a thing, and I think you know it, and I think that you're even almost accepting of it, and I think that you're even allowing yourself to fall into it deeper. I'm not gonna pretend to know like what you're supposed to do here. I feel like Spirit told me that to tell you so that I could give you confirmation, so you could be like, oh shit, she knows. All right. That's it. Let's just jump into the reading. Let's timestamp. Let's do 1:26:55. Sorry, 2:26:55. Libra, this is going to be February 1st through February 7th. I am using the Energy Oracle. Let's pull out Libra's energy of the week. We have the Sun card coming out. Interesting. The Sun card talks about joy and happiness. All right, let's look at challenge or obstacle. We have 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. This is about your brow chakra, your third eye, the energy portal between, right in the forehead, right between your eyebrows there. And it is energy of where you receive downloads, receive information. This is in your challenges or obstacles. So you could be experiencing some blockages, and maybe you feel like you're not receiving the information at this time. The Garden in the Gate is coming out as your lesson learned. I talked about the Garden in the Gate a little bit earlier in the live, because there's 2 cards in the Energy Oracle that really discuss this same energy. The Garden in the Gate shows her in her garden, and it shows this gate with the door locked, and she's wearing a key around her neck, and it says that she can unlock this gate at any time and go out into like the great expansion, the great unknown. But she stays locked in the gate because that's her comfort zone. So there's something about your comfort zone. Maybe being happy is not maybe like, basking in the sun and enjoy and happiness is not something that feels very regular or normal. Like maybe you've been going through a lot of challenging changes or experiences, and finding like joy and happiness like seems out of here's the thing about the comfort zone. Ready? The comfort zone is what we know. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're comfortable in that comfort zone. It just means that we believe we're comfortable because we know it. So we could be in an uncomfortable situation, but we know it. And we don't know how to not. Okay, let me use this for an example, Libra. Let's say you're in a toxic relationship. Let's say you've been in this toxic relationship with this person for, I don't know, 15 years. And it's all you know is the toxicity of this relationship. You want to leave. You want to get away from this toxic energy, but you don't know how, because all you know is this relationship that you've been in for the last 15 years. So it's not that you can't have a better life or happier life or remove yourself from the toxicity. It's just that you're scared to because you've never done it before. Does that make sense? The outcome is anxiety. The thing with anxiety, I've been experiencing a lot of collective anxiety this week. And the thing about anxiety that Spirit has been really just kind of showing me repeatedly as I've been going through these collective energies this week is you can't have faith and fear at the same time. Anxiety is fear. You're anxious of something. You're fearing something that might happen. You can't have faith and fear at the same time. If your fear is overtaking you, you need to build up your faith. Stop focusing on the thing that you're scared of and start focusing on God. Source, spirit, whatever. All right, the Sun, we have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick changes, sudden information. Sixth chakra, we have the King of Cups. King of Cups is about getting control of your emotions. The Garden and the Gate, we have Four of Cups. Four of Cups is about manifesting what it is that you actually want. Anxiety, we have Page of Wands. Spirit saying, stop being anxious. Stop being anxious. Page of Wands and Triple Goddess Tarot says, ready? Expect it to be messy. Expect it to be messy. No, Twitch, there is not a 33 degrees. It only goes to 29. You're in a situation with a lot of changes that are coming very quickly. You're wanting for it to be smooth and pretty and nice. Libra, just put your boots on, right? Put your apron on. Get ready for it to get messy. Queen of the Moon for guidance. All right, you have the Focus card, and it does show the third eye. The third eye was in your challenges or obstacle. There could be some blockage here. The blockage could have something to do with the overflow of emotion. Wisdom also comes out as number 22. It does talk about ascension. It shows her standing up on this top of this ladder, top of this stack of books that she climbed up on this ladder. It does talk about using and implementing what you've learned through your spiritual journey in what's happening with you right now in your 3D world. All right, Moonology to close it out for Libra. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. And ready? Be bold and make the first move. It's the cardinal moon. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Libra. I hope that reading was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly. Last one, guys, Aquarius. I just want to draw everyone's attention to the time. I thoroughly enjoyed tonight's live. It definitely went a lot smoother, I think, than several of our all 12 signs. I feel like I'm constantly trying to push through these because they're so long, and I'm just like, oh, I just want to hurry it up. And then we're here for 2.5 hours anyway, right? Because we don't rush spirit. That's not how it works. So I don't know. I'm just really grateful that I surrendered, that I was like, hey, I'm just going to be patient. You know, I'm clocking in. This is your time. And then spirit just showed me that, like, this is this is the way it is. It is a lot easier when you surrender and stop kicking and screaming, right? All right, Aquarius, here is your reading. 234 even, because I looked up and seen it. And this is for February 1st through February 7th. We do have the Leo full moon coming in on the 1st. And then, of course, we have Uranus moving in. Taurus stationing direct. So coming out of its retrograde period. Both of those energies, guys, we're talking like having experienced these energies together in like 130 something years. So definitely like first in our lifetime type of experiences this week, February 1st through the 7th. Aquarius, the temple path comes out. It's number 12. This card comes out a lot when we're questioning our path. Did I take a wrong turn? Did I make a mistake? Let's talk about that. There's no such thing as a mistake. Spirit's been telling me that from the get-go. I feel like I used to be really hard on myself, and I'm always trying not to make mistakes. Like, I'm not a person that like goes out in the world and doesn't give an F and just does whatever. Like, I'm someone who has I care a lot, and I don't want to be someone that's out just causing havoc, right? So I try not to do things that are wrong, or I try to like not make mistakes, right? But what Spirit taught me in my awakening is that, one, everything happens for a reason. Two, anytime that we derail off our soul's journey or off our path, there's something down the way that we've turned, the shiny object that got our attention, the thing that has made us like go away from the direction we were headed. There's something down that path that we need to see, that we need to learn. It's going to make us smarter, wiser, braver, smarter, all those things. And if we didn't make that choice or that, air quote mistake, then we wouldn't have learned those things, and we wouldn't have gained that knowledge and that wisdom and that intelligence and yada, 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 right? So we don't make mistakes. Do we cause delays? Yes, absolutely. Could you have caused a delay in your life? Absolutely. But whatever caused you to make that delay made you even better than you were before you made the delay. Does that make sense? Anytime you see the temple path and the energy oracle, it says that you're questioning where you are on your journey, and Spirit saying you're exactly where you're supposed to be. All right, we do have indecision coming out for your challenge or obstacle. It does say that you're fearful of making a decision. The thinking man comes out for lesson learned. It's number 46. It says you're overthinking something. And then we do have third chakra, Archangel Camille. So there is something about needing to call your power back. I do see number 33 on the bottom of the deck. It's door to romance. It's so interesting because Twitch just asked me, is there 33 degrees in astrology? Excuse me. All right, so door to romance shows like your heart locked away in the cage. It does say there is an opportunity, but you're protecting your heart for some particular reason. All right, indecision being in your challenges or obstacle. Here's the thing about indecision. It's kind of like the mistakes and delays. There's no such thing as a wrong choice. So let's say you're standing in life and you have two choices to make. Now, okay, if one choice is, I don't know, don't take me verbatim here, y'all. It's tarot. Give me a break. But like, let's say one choice is, I don't know, jumping out of the plane without the parachute. And then the other choice is jumping out of the plane with the parachute. Well, I mean, I feel like everybody's going to say, hey, take the parachute, right? So that would be like the more, logical choice to make. So you make the more logical choice. But let's say you're standing in the plane and you're getting ready to jump and you have a pink parachute and a blue parachute. Well, now what? It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Just pick one and jump. That's it. That's indecision. So anytime we see the indecision card, Aquarius, it's because you're scared to make a decision. And it doesn't matter which one you make. Is there going to be challenges down that path? Absolutely. Every choice you make is going to take you down a path where there's challenges, where there's new lessons, new skills, new things you have to learn. Absolutely, every time. You're never going to pick a path that has no problems, is smooth sailing the whole way. So it's let go of the fear, make a decision, and know that you have spirit guiding you, walking with you. The thinking man is definitely some overthinking, but that overthinking is taking away your personal power. So you definitely need to practice some of that. I call my power back to me. I am whole and complete. I call my power back to me now. I am whole and complete. Tell yourself that as many times as you need to. As many times as you need to have the courage to finally make the decision, right? All right, let's look at the temple path. It's the judgment card. The judgment card is that higher calling, hearing your purpose. What is it you're supposed to be doing with your life, Aquarius? Indecision, we have the Two of Cups. It is a partnership. It's a romantic partnership that could be slowing you down. And I don't want to say it's a mistake, but could it be causing you a delay? Well, absolutely. The thinking man, we see the Two of Pentacles. The JR on the rock is definitely sticking out to me. But Two of Pentacles talks about like getting your footing, being able to feel grounded and secure in your choices, right? And then third chakra, Archangel Camille. This is definitely like giving away your power. This is you calling your power back. Queen of Wands comes out, big confirmation, because Queen of Wands is that energy where you feel like, who am I? Like, I don't have this power to do this. And Queen of Wands is about having the courage and the confidence to know you do have the power, right? We do see the Page of Wands again on the bottom. So Page of Wands is that energy of expect things to be messy. We got to stop expecting like butterflies and rainbows every single day, right? Like that's not balance. It's not life. It's not even logical. That's not going to happen. Life is going to have challenges and problems and obstacles that we have to get through. That's just what life is. We got to stop expecting everything to be so easy, and we got to start seeing it as an opportunity to again become braver, smarter, wiser, all of those things, right? All right, let's pull a guidance card, Queen of the Moon. I do want to point out the Scorpio energy with judgment. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. Resilience comes out. A couple of things with the resilience. I'm glad that card came out. Last reading, of course. The resilience card shows her climbing up this mountain, and she's carrying this huge bag of weeds and snakes and all this stuff that she's cleaned out of her garden, right? And she's carrying it all up this hill, and it's weighing on her shoulder. The resilience card says, one, it's that message like God's not going to give you, like, send you through something that he won't carry you through. I don't know how that saying goes, but you know what I'm trying to say. And then it's also that energy of like, if you feel like it's too heavy and you can't carry it, put it down. Put it down. All right, the action card was on the bottom. Moonology. It's time to take action. It's new moon in Aries, and a fiery climax approaches. It's full moon in Aries. How interesting is that? All right, guys, that's it. That's going to be all 12 signs for the first week of February 1st through the 7th. I will be back on Tuesday night. We're going to look at February transits, where we'll go over all the transits starting from the 1st, right? We are going to talk more about the Leo full moon. That energy is coming quickly upon us. But I'll be back on Tuesday night for that. It is very possible that I will pop on within a music and tarot where I offer some free readings sometime this weekend. So if you guys are new and you've just joined or just followed or just subscribed on whichever platform, make sure you have your notifications set to all so it lets you know when I go live. All right. If not, I'll see everyone Tuesday night with Love and Astrology. We'll go over all of February transits. And of course, I will offer some mini readings Tuesday night as well. Thank you, everyone who came in here and hung out with me for the 2 hours and 43-minute live. I feel like it definitely went a lot smoother when we just surrender and understand that we're going to be here a minute, right? We're going to be here. I hope the messages were helpful. All that good stuff. Thank you, moderators, for helping me with the timestamp. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.